I'm Rachael Lindsay, and these are two of my trolls. This is Dotter, and Dotter is kind and loving and caring, and sweet and gentle. And she lives with her sister, Grimhildra. And Grimhildra is a bit tough. She looks after animals with Dotter, but she has a hickory stick and she knows how to use it. Both of them care for animals when they are in need in the forest and whenever they're in danger or have had an injury. And their story is of pipes and potions. Dotter plays pipes, and she always wants to try and make a sleeping potion to put the animals at their ease. They have two little bats who live with them, Pippi and Fug. They're called the flaggermusses, and today the flaggermusses have some very important news for Dotter. It was just as she was removing her sticky, spattered apron to hang on the hook by the door that Pippi and Fug thudded against the window frame. There were no tentative scratchings or inquisitive faces pressed up against the cracked window, this time just two flumpy thumps, which surprised Dotter so much that she let her apron fall to the floor. "Flaggermusses," she called out. "What's my story?" The little bats picked themselves up from the window ledge and, panting from their rapid flight throughout the cold night, climbed up the side of the frame as quickly as their little thumbs and feet could take them, jabbering in bat-speak as they did so. Dotter reached up and let them into the warm room, where they whizzed to her shoulders and both squeaked shrilly in unison. "A whale!" "Waloo?" Dotter repeated, puzzled. "Yes, a whale." "Nay." "Yes." "Waloo? In water?" "Yes, yes, yes," the bat shrieked in frustration. "Where in water?" "In the fiord, in the inlet, in the harbour." "Nay." By this time, the poor flaggermusses were beside themselves. They left Dotter's shoulders and began swooping and circling around the room, dipping low, then zooming up high, trying to show her how they had swept over the surface of the water to investigate. Dotter's head was in a spin. She just did not understand. She had heard tales before of the odd whale getting lost and straying into an inlet, but never really believed them. It just didn't make sense. Why would a whale make a mistake like that? And this flaggermus story was surely ridiculous. A whale would never stray out of ocean waters to swim near the anchored fishing boats in the harbour, never so close to the big people. The idea was crazy. However, Dotter felt uneasy. The bats always knew what was going on, and they were never wrong. What if there really was a whale in the inlet? How would it return to the open sea? How would it know which way to swim? Could it turn around? The thought of a trapped whale made Dotter shake. How could anyone help? With trembling hands and a thumping heart, she struggled to open the old door and call Grimhildra from her work. The bats flew on ahead of her, and by the time Dotter had hobbled over the snow, Grimhildra had worked it out. "It's very badly for Waloo," she muttered darkly as they made for the little shack together. "Biggie Menor, catchin', en choppin' Waloo. Biggie Menor is hunger." Dotter's shaking hand flew to her face. This had not occurred to her. Ever since their conversation with Halvor, the good big man, she had pushed the idea out of her mind. Until Grimhildra had spoken, her only concern was that the whale was trapped and would mean turning and releasing. This now was an altogether different emergency. "Nay, nay, Grimhildra, Biggie Menor, nix eating Waloo." She began to sob. "Please, all helpen Waloo." "Poor Dotter, poor?" Grimhildra questioned, throwing her arms into the air, hopelessness washing over her, sapping her of her usual strength. One turned to face the other in the bitter cold, and they both grasped hands. Dotter desperately searched for an answer in Grimhildra's eyes, but found none. United in anguish and distress, the two she-trolls helped each other back into their little home. how are they going to save a whale? They are little forest trolls. They only know forest creatures. They don't know whales and the big oceans. How can they save a whale and beat the big people? They don't want to allow the big people to get there first.